Hello. Um, Hi. I'm making this video. Sometimes when I'm feeling like I ought to make a video, I ask myself, what should I make a video about? And generally, I try to do a couple things. One, make a video about something I'm passionate about or care about, and then also do something that I know at least a little bit about. So, or want to learn about, depending on what it is. So yeah, this video, I was thinking, well, one really sentence comes to mind, and that is to legalize suicide. So I'm not, I do not promote, I do not think that I would not encourage anyone to hurt their own self, But if I were to say legalize suicide, um, basically, I would simply mean that people should not. Basically, if someone wants to hurt one's self, that should be a personal choice. Nobody should be able to stop another from doing that forcibly or coercively. Certainly persuasively, consensually. Using persuasion, one should be allowed to try and persuade another not to. Um, you know, but they should not forcibly or be able to forcibly stop another from committing, from hurting themselves, fatally or not. You know, that should be, as long as one is not hurting someone else, they should be allowed to do what they want with their own body, as long as they aren't hurting anyone else. So physically, certainly, yeah. So that's the main message of this video. And also, I should say too, if I were to say legalize suicide, which I'll probably title this video that, it's sort of a silly title, because in one sense suicide is legal, I believe. It used to be illegal, that's my understanding, but now it's legal. But the fact is, in pretty much all states, it's also legal to, for certain people or organizations, like, doctors or social workers or psychiatrists. All the state laws vary, but pretty much someone in every state is able to forcibly and coercively, stop others from hurting their own self fatally. You know, people are psychiatrists or doctors, or certain social workers, um, are able to forcibly stop, or have these people, by orderlies or whoever, to forcibly stop them from hurting their own self. And I think that should be done away with. Nobody should be forcibly stopped, again, as long as they aren't physically hurting anyone else. And I'll say I don't condone breaking laws. People should not break laws. If people disagree with laws, you know, uh, they should work to change them. You know, I consider myself a law-abiding citizen, and except for going a couple miles over the speed limit sometimes, which police officers have seen me do, and you know, aside from that, I'm, as far as I know, a law-abiding citizen, But like in this video, I'm saying, uh, you know, I think there's certain laws we should change, and I'm publishing this video to promote the fact that that to promote this idea that these laws should be changed, that allow uh, certain individuals in certain positions, or certain organizations, to force other people to not hurt their own self, or to simply forcibly stop others from hurting their own self. And I think that should be done away with. And if people want to, try and reduce suicides to zero, they should use persuasion. And I'm for that. If everybody could be, happy enough and have enough well-being and enough desire to be on this earth, I think that'd be great. To not have any, suicides, to have no, self murders, self killings. I think that'd be great. But I simply think we should get there by persuasion and not force or coercion. So I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about that right now. This is I'm actually surprised how long this has gone on for. Um, but I think I pretty much said what I wanted to. Um, oh, so maybe I'll give a call to action. So, if you agree with this, you could potentially try to change the law as well by, you could write your senator or congress woman or man, congressman or congresswoman, um, or your representative on a state or federal level. If you're in a different country, you could, as long as you're not in some sort of oppressive regime, if you are in a democracy, which I hope you are, uh, you can um, call or email or send a letter, or potentially go meet with your elected representative and communicate, respectfully and thoughtfully your views if you agree with this. And I also hope to, you know, and I didn't give a whole lot of persuasive arguments, well, be your own judge if I did or didn't. Um, but yeah, so yeah, you could also create a video like this. You could write an article about why that should happen. Um, the organization, I hope the Libertarian Party, the Libertarian political party, holds this view. I'm not sure if it's like a foundation, if it's officially on their platform, implicitly or explicitly. I'm not entirely sure. I hope it is. This Citizens Commission on Human Rights, I think it is, that was founded by Thomas Sauce and I believe Scientologists. It's a secular, non-religious organization. It was simply partially founded by Scientologists and Dr. Thomas Sauce. Uh, I believe it's on their agenda to stop this from happening. I'm pretty positive. I could be wrong there, but I know Dr. Thomas Sauce basically also advocates for the same view. I wish there was more individuals advocating for this, because pretty much in definitely in every major city there are places where people are held against their will because they either have tried and failed or have stated that they're going to try, mortally, fatally hurting themselves, whether through using drugs or some other means, so they're being forcibly stopped. And again, that's in like, I could pretty much guarantee you, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive, in any major city, and even probably most small cities, and if it's not if the city's so small it doesn't have it, probably on a county or state level, they do it to the people in those towns that don't have a, psychiatric ward where people are forcibly, um, held against their will on certain occasions, probably not too rarely. So. So yeah, that's all I'll say for right now. So please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you appreciate it, share this video, please. Visit my websites. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting, if nothing else. And hopefully if you disagree with me, I hope to change your views. And if I haven't, well, oh well. But at one time, many people viewed chattel slavery, the slavery of other humans, whether it be Africans, now African Americans. Um, you know, at one time, I think a majority of people agreed with that. That was um, in our country for quite a few years. Uh, Somewhere between like 80 and 100, something like that, somewhere around there. But that opinion eventually changed. One argument was that we were helping them by civilizing them. So anyway, there's lots of things. Read books by Dr. Thomas Sauce. I've assimilated various ideas and I've synthesized them into my own. I think I have my own personal way of viewing them. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I'll say. And this looks like it's been about 9.5 minutes, and 10 is such an even number. So maybe this is like the Easter egg of the video. Oh. And I'm just gonna stretch. Ow. Mm. Okay, now it's been 10 minutes. So I'm gonna cut it off right there. And the same thing, still subscribe, visit my websites, please. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching.